Did she or did she not write that mess on Joella's car? Did she put Joella on all four flats? Let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers to my new system and you. All of y'all who have been here through the long. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Hey everybody, y'all know what? This was a Hot Mess Express, and we about to talk about it. Hello there to Yazelle, Tamika Carter, Charlotte Blaine, Ray Della, Phoenix Rising 72, and our new guest, Black Noob. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay, y'all look. We opened up. Hey there, Sugar 48, lost but found. Hey there. Y'all look. So we opened up this episode with this couple the same way we left off. Hey JC, hey C Becky. We got why can't okay. Kiana running to the back of the beauty shop. They are all in shock. They don't know what's going on. Right. They just like, what's going on, girlfriend? So Kiana is in the back. She's snatching the girl that snatched off the mic. She goes into a private room, the bathroom. She closes the door, and next thing you know, she walking out. So they like, girl, are you okay? Is everything all right with you? And she was like, yeah, I'm okay. I just gotta leave for the day. Woo do woo. So they like, girl, it's something seriously going on. You sure you don't want to talk about it? She don't want to talk about it, right? So they like, all right, then you go ahead on the road. So she, leaves out. We see her, we see old boy Demondrick. Okay, Demondrick. Okay, he's a demon. Up in the house chilling. I don't know if he got a job or what he got going on, honey, but he was absolutely certainly downtown to the crib. So Kiana walks in there and everything, and she's like, I need to talk to you about something like now. So they walk into the back. She's telling him, take your mic off, 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 take your mic off. Okay, so she is telling him, take your microphone off. We got some stuff we got to talk about. So it's top secret. So we see the two of them, sitting up in the room, and he's like, what's going on? And she tells him that, she had these charges pressed against her. She had a call from a detective and everything, right? Because some stuff was going on downtown to Joella's house. Joella's house. Joella. Down to her house. And so he's like, look, did you do it? What did you do? And so she's like, no, I didn't do it. Knick-knack, patter, give a dog a bone. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Did you? And so when he asked her, did you do what Joella is accusing you of doing? And this was the look that was on her face. One of the eyes, okay, the eye on the left hand side, right side, if you're looking straight up to it, it's uneven with the other one. She lying. Whatever getting ready come up out of her mouth, she's lying. That is one of the biggest ways where you can find out whether or not someone is lying, when their eyes are even. He asked her flat out, did you do it? So when we see what's going on, right, we see Juela with the 28 piece. Girlfriend is looking rough. Let me tell you something. She is looking right rough and tough with her 28 piece on. This is the worst weave job, okay, that we have seen yet. Like, this weave is horrible. So we see her on that good getting up morning. She got her baby. She down at the car shop. And she like, they done tore up my car. Somebody done straight up came out and wrote dumb on my back of my car. This is her post that she put on social media. She got me. Okay. She comes outside, she has this on her car, and she is sitting on flats. So she has to go to the car dealership, go to a mechanic shop and get her car fixed and everything, right? Because she like, I go to work in this car, I go to school in this car, I take my children back and forth in this car. Like, this car is my life, right? I got just as much stuff going on, and I can't be down on my car. She said that she is only messing with Demondrick. That's the only person she messing with. Her baby's daddy. Joella said, I, no. Before I went down there to fight her, before I went there and act crazy, I thought to myself, if I was this woman, if I was this woman, I would do this. So I don't see why Kiana would not do this to me. So I'm going to go and I'm going to press charges on her because it's more logical than not that she did it. Let me start the poll. I want to see. Dang it, I meant to be there. Hold on, y'all. I want to know what y'all think. We will stop at the first 50. Let me give y'all a poll. Let's start the poll. Did Kiana damage the car? With only 22 votes, we are at 94% that she did that. We're going to come back, give everybody an opportunity to come in the room. But so far, 90, y'all are at, okay, we almost at 50. No, come on, YouTube. We have 53 votes. 96% of y'all said Kiana did that to that car. We at 59 votes. No, we at 61. We at 62 votes. 94% of y'all said she damaged that car. She wrote dumb bitch on the back of that car. She wrote that on that car, Auntie. Nikki Wild said she did that for sure. Kim said, who else would do it? So childish. Sherry M said she did it. Kaylin said definitely four. Mama Mo said she did it, and if not, she had one of her friends to do it. KB said she did that. The way they acting is giving it away, child. I am AMF, her reaction says everything. Sugar 48, who is the top fan at number one, said B did that thing. Since she did it. Since she did it. Since she ain't got a doubt in her mind. She gets up, she gotta come out her day, spend over $600. And I was like, then them some cheap ties. Oh, we know all. Maybe they got a good discount down to the NTSB. I don't know. Is it NTSB? Yeah, National. One of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them some cheap ties. If she paid, I don't know if it was all fours. Because I don't remember if she said it was all fours. But honey, I'm telling you, them some cheap tires. Because you know, if you want to get around the curb, if you want to be driving in all weather, if you don't want to be sliding off no road in the rain and you ain't braking correctly, you don't buy no $200 tires. Like, no. And a lot of people cut short. I used to, back in the day, I used to cut short up on my tires, honey. But once I started riding around in vehicles and I understood tires, $600 for 4 tires, you ain't even paid up $200 for the tires a piece. And then you know with the tires, you got the disposable fees on top of the tires. You got the plug fees, you got the lug fees, you got all these fees. So the tires was probably like $100. I don't know where she got them tires from. Maybe it ain't the same like it is here, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you get some $100 tires if you want to. Okay? Them some cheap tires. I see somebody, JC said, Auntie, sometimes you can buy 3 to get 1 for free. They still cheap tires. Them some cheap tires. Like, don't go out in the snow. Don't go out in the rain. Like, that's just my personal. Yes, okay. And Charlotte said, and balancing too, Auntie. Yeah, you put okay. And then Sugar 48 said, plus the alignment of the. Oh no, she got some cheap tires. Them some cheap tires. Them some cheap tires. Okay. Them the one if you drive probably 400, 500 miles, let's say 1,000 miles. Let's say a oil change every 3,000 miles. You barely probably got tread on. You barely probably got tread on them. Y'all, come on now. Y'all know them some cheap time. $600 and she crying over that. But okay, I digress. It wasn't money that she was supposed to be spending or money that she thought that she was going to spend. You understand what I'm saying? But honey, I'm going to tell you right now. Thank you so much, Lost but not found for the $199 super chat. The tires are cheap and always going flat. Child, I ain't going to buy nobody's cheap tires. I ain't gonna buy nobody's cheap windshield wipers. Like certain things on my car, I ain't going cheap. We're not going to do it. I need to be able to see and I need to be able to stay on the road. Because these streets that we got down here is treacherous. They halfway plowed them up. Okay. It take a whole week sometime for them just to get to your neighborhood. No, I need some good tires and some good blades on my car. And one thing, if you get good blades, you ain't got to be popping your blades up in the sky looking like wings on your car or bug antennas. Okay, your blade should have a little um 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 a little dot that's on the car to tell you, you know, you get them, they white. When they no, they yellow, and then they turn. It's either yellow or white, whatever. I know what the color is when I see it. But your heating system, you keep your blades down during storms. You don't take your blades and put your blades up, okay? Because if you got the good blades, then it makes sure that when you turn your heat on, they work with your heat so that your blades are melting down and you can wipe your windows after you get your lazy out and go head on and scrape most of the stuff off of it. Okay, I've learned some things about some vehicles. I used to be one of them type of people when I knew a snowstorm was coming, I would come out there, right, and be putting my blaze up and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, they ain't applying to the car anymore. You got little streaks going across. You trying to and that's one thing I learned about honey is some blaze and some ties. You want to make sure that you don't skip on that. You go to the car dealership, you make sure you check your tire. When they tell you you in the yellow, it's time for you to go in and get some new tires. It just is what it is, right? But $600, because how much did they charge her to get this the dumb bee off the back of it? Anyway, I digress. She was like, I can't, I don't know if it was her, but I think it was because all signs lead to her being the one that did that to my car. Okay, I tell y'all at the end whether or not I think Kiana did it. But when he asked her whether or not she had did that, she sat there and looked at him like this. She paused for a long time because she wasn't sure, in my opinion, whether she could tell him the truth or whether he was doing two truths and a lie. Because I'm going to tell you right now, she said, no, I didn't do it. Did you? Okay, so now you're deflecting. Now you want joint responsibility. And then she has the audacity to say that the girl is doing it because she tried, her goal is to split them up. Why would she have to split y'all up when y'all sharing them? Y'all sharing him just fine. So why would she have to do that? She don't have a reason to have to do that. You sleeping with him, she sleeping with him, and she said a couple of other women sleeping with him too. So what? She already know that she in a line of women that got to deal with this daggone man. He sat there and looked at her like this because you know what? He thinking in his mind, she did that. But this is who I feel more comfortable sleeping with. I got less responsibility being with her because those not her two kids, her little girl and her little boy ain't my kids. Plus, she got a good support system and all that kind of stuff. If I go over there and stay with Joella, if I stay with Joella, guess what? All three of them mine. So my responsibilities, you know what I'm saying, is more when I have to go and stay over Joella's house as opposed to when I got to go over stay. Trusting me and believe me, he know them ain't his kids, and I bet you, guarantee you, he probably backing up, backpedaling, and saying I ain't doing nothing with them kids because they not mine. Well, I don't want their father to get mad, so I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna take care of them. I ain't gonna feed them. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know y'all's downtown in the comment section because I don't think he do nothing to help nobody. And if he asks, he probably ride up over there to Joella's house, stay with her little boys, put them in the back with a pizza and a game. So it's harder, it's more difficult to be with Joella, but it ain't difficult for him to go over there and lay up with her. I guarantee you, in my opinion, he ain't helping with nothing, which is why you don't want to be over there with Joella. And maybe he got to drive past the other baby mama house to get to Jay Whalers. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, he ain't worth two. So she's sitting up there, tripping, and they ask her, the producer asked her, so, what's going on with this? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so you already pleading the fifth. An innocent person ain't got to plead the fifth. They ain't got to say, I don't know what you're talking about. No, you know what I'm talking about. You just trying to make sure that you don't say nothing to incriminate yourself on national, no, a syndicated show. So in my opinion, when he was looking at her with the side eye, he knew she did that. When she sat there and looked back at him with the crooked eye, she knew she did it. In my humble opinion. Because why would your man be looking at you like this if he didn't think you did it? What he probably didn't think is that you was capable of doing some mess like that. She straight up sat there instead of, if you were an innocent person, I'm just saying, right? And everybody ain't the same. I'm just saying, if you were an innocent person and somebody asks you, did you do X, Y, Z? You can be like, no. Like straight off, like I don't, it's no pause. It's no hesitation. These are my opinions. It's no hesitation. It's just a straight no. No, I ain't do nothing like that. Why would I do something? Instead, she using it as a tactic to say she just trying to break us up. No, she not. She's saying, I got to get up and go to work. I got to go to school. I got to drop my kids off. This is a necessity. And you playing. And she said, and just before then, the two of them had an argument. First, she put her picture out there on the internet, and she should have got her for that. Okay? Because that wasn't something she wanted to disclose to the world. She violated her by doing that. And she said that the two of them had an argument, and then all of a sudden, she'd have wrote on the back of her car, now all of a sudden, the back of her car written on. So DeMondrick is trying to act like, she ain't do it. But he's scared because he know he gotta be paroled there. So he can't have that kind of fire up on him. Like that's not the kind of fire that he's looking for. So he goes over to Juela's. Juela got her little Mercury. She got her little Buick. Got the trunk popped up. He like, what's all these boxes? She said, my business. This is my business. This is my beauty. She got a beauty business. But what she don't need to be doing is selling hair. Or anything makeup products to clean your face. Because I don't know what's going on with here, but I can recommend some things. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been using my stuff. I did a review for y'all a couple of weeks ago of some products that I've been using on my skin. And I'm telling you, the glow up is faux show. And I don't have to wear all that foundation. I can let my skin breathe. But honey, I'm going to tell you what the miracle is. I got two miracles. When I put that daggone vitamin C on my face in the morning, and then I put my vitamin C on there, right? I use my retinol at night. Ladies, y'all have got to use retinol at night. Because when you get up in the morning and you lay that vitamin C on top of it, I will show the products to y'all again in another video. But I'm telling you, when I go to work, they be like, your skin is beautiful. And I've been on this stuff for what, 3 weeks now, y'all, I think. It is really changing the composition of my skin. When I looked at Juela's skin, I was like, she needs to be doing something about skincare, because that skin and outbreaks that she's having, probably number one is about stress, right? She probably got a whole lot of stress in her life running up behind this mofo. So anyway, I digress. Let me get off of that. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I recommend products to y'all, that's because the products work for me. Or something, I'm gonna tell you right now, my sunblock is beastly. But that vitamin C, it was expensive-ish. It was so expensive. But God Dag it if it ain't worth it. Oh my God. It's like worth it. And I put it on in the morning. Anyway, so he goes over to the house. He's like, "What's that stuff in your trunk?" So she goes in, and he like, I mean, so you know, basically saying, you blame Kiana for, what went down on your car. Did you have any proof? Did you see her do it or anything like that? And she was like, "No, I ain't see her do it." But it's more probable that she did it than somebody else. Yes, Crystal. Absolutely. Okay, I'll tell you, Miss Charlotte. I'll send you the name of it on I'm in your DM so nobody don't think I'm just trying to, sell, sell, sell. But one thing about it is when I see something that's working for me, I love to share the information. So I'm gonna end the poll real quick. Did Kiana, okay? Did Kiana damage the car? 94% of y'all out of 139 votes said yes, she did it, Auntie. While 5% of y'all said no. Child, let me tell you something. Just like having a sign going to the North Pole. Just like having a sign going to the North Pole. In my opinion, she did it. In my opinion, Joella didn't do nothing wrong. If you suspect she didn't say she did it. She said we're gonna find out. We're gonna do a search and discovery. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a search and discovery. That's what we about to do. I ain't got to see you did it. It's just if all roads lead to you, all roads lead to you. Who else would have did it? And they gonna find out whether or not Kiana did that. And I'm sure that Amber is gonna tell us. I'm sure that Amber's gonna get the scoop, and we gonna find out whether or not she did it or not. It'll come out in a wash. What happened with the case, or if it ended up turning into a case, then he gonna tell Kiana. I mean, tell Joella. What if I pay you the money? If I pay you the money, will you make this drop? You know why he wanted to drop? Because that's where he lay his head at. And he know he can't lay his head up in there with her like that. Because he gonna have a key on him. And so she was like, give me the money. He said, how I know you're gonna do it? She said, you're gonna have to give me the money. And then I think about it. She daggone right. Because I ain't dropping nothing. And then all of a sudden you ain't got the money. And if my goal is what Kiana said it is to break y'all up, then why would I drop it? I'm trying to break y'all up. But she said, you're always trying to defend her. He not even thinking about his boys, how his boys going back to school. See, he don't care nothing about them kids, in my opinion. He asked her where was the boys. She said, over my mama house. Why you ain't call her in the morning, ask her where the boys was? You weren't concerned about the boys. You ain't even concerned about Kiana's kids. Let's stop playing the games. See, because we don't have that to do. He mad at her and saying he wish he had chosen another baby mother. Okay, well, what about the other baby mothers? I wonder what they got to say about them. What do they have to say about him? And then he walking up out of there, and I'm thinking to myself, they told you, don't you ever come around here. The fire's in your eyes, so beat it. You know daggone well you don't come out nobody's house, not even your own, with black shoes and white socks. Just beat it, beat it. Who comes out of the house with white socks on, black shoes. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are these jammies he got on? Don't no black man I know wear white socks with black shoes but Michael Jackson. I know she probably thinking you saying that you don't want you mad that I'm the baby mother. I'm mad that you the baby father. Because who knew that I was dating somebody that was a Michael Jackson dude. I don't know why he don't just dun, 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 where's his glove? I said if this ain't Alabama for life. When I saw him walking across his grass, I said, I know you lying. Joella says she don't have it to do. She said the reason why she pressed charges is because she didn't know whether or not she did it. She gonna find out whether or not she did it. There's been a lot of tension that's going on with them. And before she go over there and act stupid and have two women out there fighting, she's gonna let the law handle it. She told him, don't bring the kids, don't bring her to the party. Don't discuss it at the party. Don't bring it up at the party. And he doubles down and says, I'm coming to the party, and so is she, and so is the kids. Okay. Who does that? And in my opinion, he is taking up. He is taking up for her because that's his spot where he lay his head down. So he is taking her side because I'm gonna tell you, Joella look like she will be out there scrumping and don't care whether or not every piece of her weave is out and is laying on the ground, honey, looking like horse hay. She don't care. She look like she will scrap at that. Kiana seemed like she's the type of person that'll talk all of that trash because y'all remember when they was down at the father's house and she was, fussing about it and asking him downtown in the street all drunk, asking him, whether or not he was messing with her, and he was like, no, I ain't messing with her. And he was like, won't you ask her? You want to ask her? No. Yeah, because you out there talking all of that trash down at his family's house, embarrassing the girl, making the girl feel bad for being at the party, his welcome home party. She had every right to be there just as well as you did. And then you're going to talk about she ain't bring the other little son because she was trying to trap him in. He been screwing with her probably the whole time since he been out of jail. Kiana, stop playing. And I see this season that she is at least trying to work a little bit more on that weave that's up in her head. At least it ain't lifting up. You know what I'm saying? Like a convertible. Because that joint was lifting up. Okay? That weave was lifting up. And all it took was a good wind. And it did a willy. The whole car would have did a willy. I ain't got it to do with them. My opinion is I think that Joella did the right thing. And we will find out whether or not she did it or not. But if she really did not do it, right, then she needs to say she did not do it and mean it when she say it. Not sit up there and tell the producers, I don't know what you're talking about. That's pleading the fifth. You are trying to make sure that you don't incriminate yourself on national TV, but we see right through the bullshit. We see right through it. At least I do. But for the 5% that say, Auntie, I ain't got it to do, you hold on. We'll see who did it. And you know what? Maybe she did not physically do it, so she halfway telling the truth. But you don't think that everybody got a home piece and some home girls that will go over there and possibly do it for them? They just having an argument. She worrying about whether or not she's sleeping with her man or not. But this is the thing that I don't understand with women. Why not check him? Check him. Check him. How about we do that? Instead of always being a women against a woman against a woman. No, we ain't got no. I ain't mad at you, sis. I don't have no problems with you, sis. You sleep with a Monday and with no. Anyway, y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what y'all think about this. Let's carry the conversation over there. And y'all go hit on to make sure y'all hit the likes. Because I be seeing Ray Della putting out there, hit the like, hit the thumbs up button. And y'all don't be hitting that thumbs up button. I don't know if it's a virus that's going on. I don't understand why y'all not hitting it. But come on, y'all. If y'all over here, that means y'all love me, y'all like me, and you want to hear what I got to say, and you want me to grow. Hit that like button because it really does help the channel. Anyway, I'm getting up out of here before somebody throw a shoe at me, okay? Or write something on the back of my car. Love y'all. Bye.